What is it, guys? The E.L.T. Nation here, and today's story is a pretty scary one. I hope you guys really enjoy this. And let's just start this, shall we? So today's story all takes place back when I was 10 years old. So it all started off just like any other normal day. I got up, had breakfast, got dressed, got in the car, went to school, got through that as normal, nothing to complain about there. And after school, we had dinner, and then after that, I went straight back to my room. And here is where I made a mistake. I ended up calling 911 from our house phone. This is back when we had house phones. Now we don't really have landline phones in 2026. Nowadays, we just use our cell phones to communicate. But, anyways, I called 911, and here's the thing: the phone that we called from, since it was a landline, we had it set up to where when you would call from our house phone, it would show up as no caller ID or blocked or restricted or a combination of those two. It wouldn't show your actual phone number. That's basically how my family chose to set it up. And here's the thing: I'm not sure how the police actually got our address and phone number, despite the phone number being blocked. It wouldn't show our caller ID. I'm not sure how they were able to obtain that information. Maybe they had some kind of special system that will determine who was calling or something. I'm not sure to this day. But I called 911 and hung up, just like a lot of the other times. I didn't say anything and make up some weird excuse for an emergency. But, anyways, because I called 911 twice and hung up, this actually forced the police to actually show up to our house. And it was like 9:30 p.m. I remember I was just in my room, just listening to music actually. And my grandfather calls me downstairs because the police were at our house. I'm not really sure what the police told us. I'm pretty sure they said something along the lines of, "We've gotten several calls from this address, and it is a 911 hang up call." I'm pretty sure they said something along the lines of that. But anyways, they called me downstairs. I had to basically talk to the police about how calling 911 when it is not an emergency is a crime. And I basically had to apologize to the police, and I even told the police that I would never do this again. And after that, I went back upstairs. The police left our house, obviously, and I took a shower and started going to bed, and everything else was normal after this. I did call 911 a couple more times back in 2011, but in 2012, I would say that is when I officially stopped and learned my lesson that you don't just dial 911 just because you're bored or just because you want to. That is just a one-way ticket of going to jail. Although I don't think I would go to jail in this case, since I was a minor. I would probably just end up going to a juvenile detention center. But anyways, you don't do that because that's basically interfering with the 911 system. But anyways, that is all I gotta say. Thank you guys so much, and I will see you guys later. Peace out.